Alright, welcome everyone to another stream. I think we are live once again. It's been a bit... The streams have stopped for a week or so due to my playing in the German Bundesliga, but now we are back with everyone's favorite event, which is of course the Titled Tuesday. Where you never know the difference between a GM and the CM or FM. So yeah. Everyone's looking forward to this one, except for myself maybe. And I think I'm gonna stick with the same camera and videos and stream setup which I've had last time. But this time I will have the focus mode, but I will know the players. Last time I didn't know the players. But yeah. And hello to Ingo, to Roleonis. It's time for Tilted Tuesday indeed. Zarka, hello. How did the Bundesliga games go? Well, I mean, I made 3 draws with like average 26 for the opposition. Could have been better, could have been worse. But yeah, my team scored 2 important wins, so I will definitely not complain about that. Okay, I have to go emotes only, guys, and we are off. Black in round 1. Let me know if something's wrong, but I think the stream setup is fine. I mean, maybe I can make the camera a bit bigger. I don't know if it makes sense. Just the camera a bit less bright. That makes it more bright too. Anyway, we'll be fine. Okay, d4. Knight of 6. Now that I've said that I'm gonna stop playing the King's Indians on Title Tuesdays, but why not try it here? Okay, h4, the trendy line against the Knight of 6 g6 setup. There have been numerous games recently. One between Carlsen and Fedoshev from the World Cup probably is the most prominent one. I don't remember really theory here, but what can you do? At least when h4 has been played, any f4s will automatically leave big hole on g4. So yeah, this is I think how the Carlsen Fedoshev game went. I don't really remember what Carlsen played here. It's usually connected something with c6, then bringing the knight, queen to a5, and all of the standard moves. So I'll have to do something similar here. Considering that I played classical chess and not blitz, I'm probably going to be a little bit rusty. So don't blame me if I get into time trouble. Especially in the first game. Still, I'll try to avoid it. Okay, I think I'm first gonna play rook c8 here. This is not hanging. Yeah, goes king f1. I'm delaying castles because castles will give my opponent a chance to attack here, but I don't know if I'm supposed to go b5 or maybe now it's time to actually castle. Then f4, f5 after castle is also going to be strong, but let's go for it anyway. g1. Why on g1 and not on g2? Little mystery for me, but okay. I can go e6 here, trying to blast open the center, or I can go b5, b4. Even though both plans seem very playable. Let's go for this one, I suppose. Can take on d6, but then I'm gonna get huge counterplay, I feel like, on all of on the whole board. Here, can I go d5, knight d5, queen d2, knight of 6 takes, bishop b2. I don't really know yet, but I'm gonna play rook d8 instead. He can always do this and trade off the knights too, but then my bishops are attacking these pawns and his bishop are not attacking my pawns. Suggest that's relatively okay for me. Maybe it's time for a prophylactic move, like king h7. That way knight d5s are never possible because I can take them, and then maybe d5 is considered... No, wait. So now I said a complete nonsense. First I wanted to play king h8 for this reason, then I went king h7, but king h7 doesn't really stop that. Okay, ignore or belay what I said in the past several sentences. I don't think I blundered, because after takes knight d5, I can take on d2, knight f6, king g2, and even though he includes this, the rook on c1 will hang in the end. I'm a bit slow this game, as I said, but yeah, you'll have to forgive me for that. Maybe I should again go king h8, as I planned in the beginning to get rid of the knight d5 ideas. My opponent's thinking about those things. This king h7, that was just a brain slip. I wanted to get rid of knight d5, put the king on a square where it allows exactly that. b3. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Just nullify the threats, and then I might start considering knight h7s and those kind of motives. Okay, takes. Yeah, I just blundered away the game, I feel like, because of the knight d5. After knight d5, I can't defend the rook. Okay, I mean, that's always how you start round one, isn't it? Get crushed by somebody who has 10 times lower title than you. And that's very normal for Title Tuesday, so I'm not gonna say too much about that. And we will try to win the next 10 games, no matter how hard that is. Yeah, just nothing you can do anymore. Being a rook down, but no need to resign just yet. I've grown accustomed to expecting losing in round one because of how often that happens. But then usually I start having chances. Still can't move any of my pieces to normal squares, so that's a piece, interestingly enough. Have to be careful with bishop g6, that's why I can't go to e6. And now there's rook d8, yeah. Otherwise there would have been rook d7. So yeah, not much I can do there. Expected loss in round one against somebody who outplayed me completely, all known before. But we will try to score 10 out of 10 after that. Yeah. Just I think the moves were too strong for me to have any kind of chance in that game. I don't know what the analysis board's gonna say. I know the line is objectively fine for black, that's what Carlsen also proved. But yeah, king f1, king g1, I don't know if that was... Bishop g5, yeah. And here, of course, I didn't see half of the things, but yeah. Then later on, this gave me a slight chance, this bishop d3, but but the position is still totally lost. Bishop b4 was, of course, the killer move. So yeah, King's Indian loss. 10 out of 10. Let's go. No, but this is normal. Can't expect to win round 1 entitled to stay. At least I can't expect. Easy 10 wins. National master. Yeah, I mean, when your opponent plays so strong, you don't have a chance. I mean, that's what always happens. But yeah, hopefully I'll have more chances in the next games. But this is like very normal. You should not have played King's Indian defense. It's for kids only. Refuted it so many times. The position of the opening is same as Carlson for the save game. It's fine for black, but no chance. Yeah. Filipinos are tough. Yeah, it's one of the strongest opponents I've played recently in Titled Tuesdays. So. Yeah. And I get a funny pairing. Let's play f4. Let's play f4. And g3. Try to play reverse Dutch here. Yeah, I'll do the normal Leningrad Dutch plans. I don't know if he'll play c3 or with knight a3 first. Queen e1 I'll surely play. And yeah, we'll keep the king going. e4. I want to go e5 and then c4 if black permits it. Usually. I mean, maybe not yet, because then after e5 and c4, that would be a strategical idea, but maybe knight b4 immediately would cause a bit of problem. Okay, now I can take f5, surely. Play f5. I mean, f5, it's objectively surely not the best move with this sacrifice knight h4. But, I mean, maybe I can take like this too, but my intention was to play this normal sacrifice knight h4. Gf knight h4, then they take here, go knight c3, and then you try to collect all of this, claiming that he has weakened the king. It's surely not the best here. Who cares? Yeah, knight c3, go king h1. Remember my first match, which was played some months ago against FIDE Master Winterberg from Germany. There was one game which featured exactly this. Okay, so now my opponent wants to go here. And yeah. And if I defend that, there is this. So I take bishop e4, don't really want to give up that bishop. So I might as well go for the all sacrificial stuff with this and then knight e4 and just trying to overload the f6 square. Now, if we play queen f2, there is an option of queen d4. Then to rook d1, queen f2, rook f2, then the knight's hanging and this knight's also hanging. Looks good actually. But he can take on a1. And in general, I don't really want to have that he has queen d4 in the air to exchange the queens. So that's why this might be preferable, queen e2, even though it looks stupid. Then knight a1 to just take on e4. Then queen d4, there is bishop e3. But yeah. Okay, I mean, immediately when I played this f5 stuff, I knew that it's probably not very good. Just considering what kind of mood I'm in after game 1, why not to play such such things. So queen d4. Now this was my point, as I said before. Maybe there's bishop g4 that I didn't see. Lovely. And then I think all the tactics work for black, because if I go queen e1, there is this. If I go queens f2, there is this, and yeah, then I probably have to take and go queen f2. But then again, I'm gonna have to trade off the queens, and there I have a lost position. So yeah, not too much I could have done. Let's try for this then, just some bluff. Pure rook down, but I want knight h6. So now after he takes, the bishop f4, e4 idea is relatively strong, I feel like. And then this is a checkmate threat, so the f7 square is weak. So I don't think he was supposed to allow this, but yeah, because if he moves rook e8, which seems to be the only defense against checkmate. Now, okay, first of all, there is takes, and I can come back, right? And then there is no defense against the checkmate, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, I was dead lost this game, but usually you get chances in games, no matter how lost you are. Even against super GMs, I got chances in losing positions. Only the past game I got no chances. Yeah. Don't feel great about the game, but I mean, probably I'm supposed to play either c3 or knight c3 first, and then you have a completely normal position. Maybe even knight a3 so that it's defended. And yeah, here I honestly don't know if I could have done something better. Maybe knight e4, knight c2, knight f6, bishop f6, and then something, but I didn't really see it. Yeah, I didn't really see it, so yeah. Sorry that I missed a couple of messages. I needed to do something on the phone. Hello, hello, Huba Buba. That's normal CM because he lost first round. Yeah, exactly. Still a win, luckily. I know personally my opponent. Can see the countries, so don't worry. Yeah, Pajam, that was better. That was like quality-wise, the first game I played better, even though I blundered horribly at one point. Can you late join title Tuesday, skipping round one? That's what Magnus sometimes does. Smart lad. So we don't go on tilt and win 10 out of 10. I don't. No, it's not really tilting anymore. It's become expected. That's. I mean, you guys know how often it happens. Someone called Hikaru. I mean, if I remember correctly, you were doing interviews with Hikaru on the German Bundesliga, so you would know better. You only like hockey tells? Yeah, Magnus is smart. Yeah. Title Tuesday 1, I named everyone's favorite event. Title Tuesday 2, I'll probably rename to The Wrath of Leon. From movie reference. And for the title to be truer than the first one. Hello, hello, the fire chest. The miracle from Vietnam was real? Yeah, the button is for the first time in forever not gonna be the German champion. You coming to Postojna 30th March? No. I'm 95% sure that I will play in Grenke Chess Classic in Karlsruhe at that time. Lower boards from Heimbach. They performed well indeed, even though Sven won a completely losing position in one game. But Lucas played well, and the Heimbach Weiss, I think we have quite decent chances to stay in the first Bundesliga, which would be a big surprise. Gospodariče Memorial, Ali, Grenke Open je bitný. You're supporting Virenheim and your team manager is angry with you? What to do? The team managers usually get angry, don't they? Yeah, I was second 2 years ago there in Postojna. I didn't want to prearrange draw against GM Cvitan, then he beat me, and then I was second in the end. But so that tournament, I remember, it was a rapid event. I've had 2 or 3 losing positions, which I won, so I didn't deserve second place or anything else. Yeah, you all learn from this stream. Ingo is a team manager also. Ah, you were 4th last year? Okay, congratulations, that's a nice result. I don't remember how strong it was, but I mean, now I can know who you are, if nothing else. Unlucky bad Buchholz. Okay, anyway, I have to go emotes only. Your team is playing in the 5th league or something? Okay. Let's play the Sicilian. Bishop b2. I've never seen that. But how bad can it be, actually? This looks like a logical reply, because if he goes e5, he can't really defend the pawn. If he goes for this one, okay. First of all, I can go e5 transpose to some things, but I think I'm just gonna go bishop b7 and allow d4 takes, and then I'm gonna play d6 and play the standard time enough setup. Which is supposed to be perfectly fine for black. My opponent's waiting for me to go d5, because after that he would be able to go ed5, ed, and then d4. Okay, here we have an interesting decision to make. I feel like this is best. Knight d5, takes 6, d4, d6, and then, okay, again, he can play ed6, bishop d6, dc5, bishop c5. But with this rook on e1, there will be queen b6 ideas, hitting this, and the bishop's gonna develop quickly, even though I'll have an isolated pawn. It doesn't seem all that bad, so let's do that. We also need to remember that there is no more room for a mistake. Every single game needs to be a win now. Every single one. Let's go queen b6 according to our plan. Now this stuff is hanging. Can't take t5 yet. I mean, I'm always, you know, the guys that I always, let's say, dream about being first, and that's why the plans for first are the only ones which I mention. Take b2, he takes d5, bishop b6, bishop d3. I can't say I really like that, honestly. I guess I'm just gonna go here then, even though I'm not that convinced after knight g5 about this. But I think I'm gonna go h6, knight e6, fe, and then this will be extremely weak. Like bishop here, I'm gonna go knight d4. So my opponent just defends stuff. Knight on c6 needs a bear square. Okay, let's play make move like rook c8 first, just improve on the rook, and now I can go d4. And the other question is whether I want it or not, especially considering he has b4. Okay, I have to keep up on the clock also, so I'm gonna play a5 to stop b4 for a time. No, maybe I haven't stopped it at all because he can do it, but after takes bishop d6, feels like he lost control over d4. That would be different if his bishop was on e3, but it's not. Can't really go rook d8, d4, which I would like because of that bishop, but yeah, can't have everything. Can also consider bishop f5 at some point, but as long as he has bishop d3, I don't really want to do that because the trade would hang d5. Huh. Okay, now I think I have a chance to go d4, because if cd or knight dcd, I have bishop b4 with takes. And if he goes b4 first, then there is this, and there is even this one. So I think my opponent allowed me to do it in a great way. Even though it's not like it's game changer or anything. But yeah, a2 is hanging, dc3 is sometimes an option. My position is definitely better than it was one move ago. Let's put it like that. a3 is a good move because it nullifies the bishop b4 ideas and wants to go b4. My opponent wants to go b4 himself. Do I deal with it? I can take and go knight d4. Takes with the b pawn. Consider this one also, but here I can at least retreat and then have a very comfortable position. I don't know if my queen belongs on a7. Probably not, but if we go here, bishop g3 is gonna be played, queen e7, and then bishop h4 back, and I can't really defend b7, so I'm gonna go here anyway. Yeah, e4. Let's go here. Like, I'm trying to get rid of the bishops, now my rook is more active, and I'm gonna be able to attack this pawn. Bishop b5, defending stuff. Not sure if I need the knight here. Knight d4 is going to come. Don't overthink. If I overthink, I'll surely lose the game. Considering I didn't overthink, I blundered. Maybe not blundered, but I allowed unnecessary chances. Still, it might not be bad at all if you have seen the last Hikaru game. Had the structure with a knight against this bishop, and it wasn't all that bad for him. Okay, now the bishop is quite stupid, but it's gonna come to d7. Trying to put the knight on d4 in return, or on d6 maybe. I think I'm gonna have to take on c4 after king e2, not to allow king d3. I'd go rook c1 because of that, but then I go e5, king f7. Goes rook d1. This doesn't work, so I don't think... Oh wait, this was the idea. That was clever by my opponent. Didn't see that. Trying to go for some trickery, but I can't do it yet, unbelievably, because there's bishop d3. Okay, this was a threat, so I could not have taken. Okay, I'll try to reroute the king forward. Now I can take a pawn. Now it should be game over, but I've screwed worse than this, so it's not over till it's over. go knight f5, protect g7. Now there shouldn't be any more counterplay. Hopefully. The last trick which they usually try, and the game ends. Yeah, I let him off the hook somewhere there with knight d4, then I even blundered. But what to do? At least we got a win. Nobody asks how you win the game. Only the result matters in the end. What's worth playing amazing chess and losing games? It's worth nothing. That's why you suck at Blitz, you blunder your rook there 10 out of 10 times, but you don't play with increment, right? Yeah, good game. It wasn't good, but it wasn't that bad either, I would say. Interesting end game it was. We got a win against Candidate Master. Yeah, 2 out of 3 versus Super Candidate Masters is impressive. 3 plus 2 Ultra. Okay, that's 2 out of 10. Now I only need to win 8 more. I only need to win 8 more. At least I'm gonna usually be playing. At least I'm gonna be playing people who give me chances. That's the good thing. I just need to check something about the stream, and then that will be it. Back. Also, I've played for a relatively long time, so I'm expecting the game to come. I'm expecting the game to come. The next game to come quickly. I think the stream is fine. At least it should be fine. And there we go. The game is starting. I'll stick with d4 this time. f4 I tried, didn't work. Let's play knight f3. The same old stuff. Same old stuff didn't bring me any prizes though. Ever since my Title Tuesday streaming career started. Should be 4 with a delay. Let's go here. I spent some time on bishop b7, bishop b4, even though he did provoke knight c3, but yeah, I don't really want to allow bishop c3, bc3 without knight e4 when he already played knight e4. Now allowing this, and also especially because of a5, if the structure changes in this way, the breakthrough with c5 is going to be way harder to deal with in the future, and I will try to prove that very quickly. I suppose this is the correct way to play, to get rid of one of the knights and then one of his knights, and then c5 is going to be easier to get. And even if I don't get it, if I don't get c5, I can get in f3 and d4. So I think I'm gonna go for that one first. Seizing space. And he can of course play e5, I'm gonna retreat. If you remember, I've had that game several Title Tuesdays ago against that Pranav or Pranesh guy, I don't remember. Might go for the early f5 now. But my queen is on b3, so I have c5. Then it shouldn't be that big of a problem. I think I prefer the bishop here, even though putting it on g3 also makes some sense. I wanted to support. Whoa. Can't believe this is good. Wait. D5, what is his move? Should be 7, there's C6. Knight C5, I take. I just think he forgot about the check with C5. Because I also considered F5 for him. At least I consider it for a heartbeat, and then when I saw it loses, I stopped. Yeah, okay, he takes. He didn't take that one, okay. Let's have some counterplay for now, because this is hanging, my king is a bit exposed, and so on. But it should never be enough. The only thing I need to be careful about are these sacrifices. How do I play it in the most accurate way? Queen f2 is also a threat. Maybe with bishop g4, go h5 then. Okay, actually let's not do that. Let's go rook f1, just... I will sacrifice a pawn, but I will get quite a lot in return, I feel like. Queen e3, king h1, and then... Okay, this one doesn't work due to rook e1, no matter which rook, I think. And this one... Okay, he wants rook b2, so I guess I should go here and queen e7 to create threats of my own. Yeah, here. So he's trying to take this one by force. Queen's... But I can take. No, rook f3, gf, or rook f doesn't matter really. And then if he takes, then I have checkmate, so he has to waste a move on some h5. Then I go queen e7 back probably. c7. Or I go queen d7. Queen d7 might even be stronger. For a simple reason that it defends the square. So I can, for example, take. No, maybe that was the wrong move to make. That's probably still fine after takes, and then c7. But queen e7 maybe was easier. Queen e7, rook f3, then I would have had queen f8 check, and then rook f8, king h7, c7. But this should be fine too. As far as I can see at least. Yeah, rook takes, I think. And then c7, and now the queen on d7 also comes in handy for protection of h3. And that should end the game, I think. As being a rook down, you can't really. Okay, I mean everything wins, but okay, just be careful not to blunder stuff. Just not to blunder rook h3, and that's it. You can't really blunder because there is not one queen defending it, but two queens. Okay, we got the win. As expected, after you lose in round 1, there are realistic chances for winning the next games. The title Tuesday is unfolding thus far exactly as I expected it to. I guess now we have that 6-minute break, if the rules haven't changed while I was in Germany. I think this was a better game, even though my opponent helped a lot with the piece blunder. Ever since the first game, things have started to go uphill. No, but this is expected. Like, I think that out in the past 3 months, at least 5 or 6 title Tuesdays started with me losing in round 1, with my opponent giving me no chances whatsoever. And then after that, I would have chances. I would win like 4 or 5. Then I would play some super GM, and then I would either lose or win. But this is the most likely outcome of Title Tuesdays. That's a fact. I mean, I don't have to explain that. You were here. You saw all of that. You saw all of that. So I don't know if I'm supposed to analyze the games. I can do it briefly. I don't know if you will. Yeah, the board seems fine. I don't know if you can see it. Everything. I think you can. Now when there is the break. Now when there is the break, I can analyze all the games briefly. The first one I already did. I was too curious whether I had any single chance in the first game, and I didn't. And yeah, after f3 and d4, I was relatively happy, though maybe I shouldn't be. But with the two bishops, it felt like you have the potential. Yeah, f5 was a horrible blunder, unfortunately for my opponent. Yeah, rook f1 was best. The queen moves were also fine. I didn't want to play a queen move and allow rook f2 or queen f2, even though everything is defended. Yeah, rook f1 was fine. Rook f8, rook f8, rook f1, that one I did see, but it didn't feel like giving him, like exchanging too many pieces, because they're always perpetual checks potentials. So I thought this one is way better. And now to h6, yeah, queen d7 or queen e7. In the end, it's basically the same thing. Both have pros and cons, but the bishop up, the position is completely winning. It's always the same. Let's hope we can get some super gems soon. Yeah, I mean it is the same. It's just such an event, like without anti-cheating or any kind of measures or whatever. In none other events are there upsets as big as Entitled Tuesdays. It's not. It's not that super GMs complain about it very often. I'm not talking about Kramnik. It's more like Caruana or Nepomniachtchi or Lagrave, and myself, of course. Though I'm not a super GM, I always complain a bit too much. Let's analyze Bundesliga games. Nah, I don't think so. They were not either well played by me or something special. And we only have a 6-minute break. If you wanted me to analyze the Bundesliga games, you could have invited me to the Viernheim studio. How do I get past games? This one I was dead lost, surely. Yeah. DD. Yeah, first knight c3 and then like f5 is way too ambitious, but it's a normal plan. So, yeah. Bishop g5. This was good. Yeah, queen c1. I mean, I knew that queen f2 is no good, but yeah, queen c1, because after queen c1 instead of queen e2, there everything remains the same. Like knight e4, queen d4, bishop e3, if you remember correctly, and then he had bishop g4, which he would not have if my queen was on c1. So yeah, and yeah, after this it was surely okay, knight f5. Surprisingly enough, the engine doesn't give that big of an advantage, but surely it's that loss with the rook down. But yeah, bishop f5, that was careless by my opponent, because bishop e4 comes very nasty, and yeah, the knight on a1 is not in the game. So yeah. And this one. This one, yeah. Again, felt like my opponent was playing pretty well up to that point. And then, okay, in that time scramble, d4 I was proud of. But that's a great move. Legend gives absolutely nothing. It gives no, it doesn't give absolutely nothing. It gives edge to white. So knight d4 immediately. I intended to go bishop d5 against that. Then maybe knight b5 or something. I don't know. Here I was relatively happy, but yeah, it's still nothing, it seems. This was very strong, what he found with takes, because now I don't have anything. Why didn't I take on b5 here? Played rook c2 trying to go knight d4. Yeah, I wanted... I didn't see knight b5, I don't remember. And yeah, I mean, it's so hard to make progress with the a-pawn, but yeah, maybe I was supposed to just take on g2 and not... This was very ambitious. Rook g7, king e3, and king d1, and there is no checkmate or anything. Yeah, okay, the piece blunder helped. I'm not sure what to say overall. The play is not great by me. But okay, there's 7 more rounds. And the whole second title Tuesday. So looking forward to that. You can see it on my face. What else to talk about? Give me some topic to talk about. If there is anyone left watching this, how should I call it? This interesting stream. Guess that's the right way to call it. Hello, hello to us, Natchez. You're always here for fun? What's the definition of fun? Watching me rage or losing? You're losing in round 1. You're watching the apocalypse? Yeah. It's a good way of describing it. Title Tuesday events. Yeah, I always write let's have fun because the chat usually has fun and they don't. No rage, just party. Considering I don't really party. But yeah, I won't rage because I've grown accustomed to losing round 1 games anyway. Without having any chances whatsoever. And that's the new normal. Let's see which one my opponent goes for. He goes for this knight c6 sideline. I mean, there's several good replies to it. I'll just take a bishop g5. That's the most natural one. With t3, bishop d3, and so on. And usually we just try to claim that the knight c6 is very stupid compared to the normal lines where it's on d7. This exists, but it's just not anything special or anything I would try with black also. My opponent spent some time thinking here, goes bishop e6. Okay, I guess I'll go e3 so that I can go queen c2 in peace without having to worry about these things. Just make normal moves. Bishop h4. Goes back to d7 now. Somehow I feel like I don't want to take because first of all, it fixes his knight on c6, and secondly, if I go bishop g3, it keeps more pieces on the board, and considering I have more space, I want to keep pieces on the board. This is also similar to the normal Queen's Gambit stuff, this bishop g3 stuff, keeping these bishops on the board, not exchanging them. I wasn't sure about this queen c2 because maybe knight a4 is preferable. Was preferable, and then after knight a4, queen a4, I wouldn't have to lose a tempo, which I do have to do it now. And okay, of course I don't have to go knight a4 because this knight is stupid, so I can reroute this knight to f4. That would be the other logical plan. Don't know where he's going to castle. If he castles kingside, he could come under some attack after a move or two, like g4, g5. You can imagine it happening, not immediately because it hangs, but after a move or two. Maybe I should have kept the option of long castles going and played knight e2 in this position, but okay. Let's go knight e2 anyway, trying to go knight e4. If he long castles, I mean, there are bishop a6 and all kind of ideas, so it's surely not what he's going to do. Yeah, knight a4 was another option, as I said, but I don't really want to eliminate these knights because they're not that well placed. At least I think they aren't. Now let's go. I think no, knight f4 runs into bishop f3 and knight d4. Careful. Vorsicht. I can go bishop f5 instead. Or knight h4. Okay, I kind of like this one. If he takes an f3 now, I can take it without suffering the consequences of knight d4. And if he takes an f5, then I take, and while the queen is active, g4, g5, you can imagine it happening. And knight f4 is coming to hit the pawn. So yeah, okay, queen to7 is surely one of the replies. I'm better even if I take in the endgame, but I think I want to keep the pieces on the board. Though when he castles, knight f4. Okay, let's see. Trying to play also a bit faster this game. He can't move the knight due to this. Okay, he does long castle. It's very, very interesting. Like, I don't believe in it. I'm gonna go knight d3 and knight c5, and just don't really think this king can be safe at all. There are so many ideas. This is an immediate threat even. Okay, queen d6. I'm gonna go here. If I gone to e5, then he would be able to take and go c6, which I definitely don't want to allow. Goes for this one. Now I think I should play knight e5 to bring the other knight into the game too. And yeah, I don't have anything direct. He wants to go here. So I think I'm just gonna go queen b3, trying to go a4, a5 and dislodge this knight. Here I have to retreat, no other option. But he can't go knight c4. And I think it's time to go a4 now. My opponent is protecting with everything he's got. He wants knight c4 now. I need b3. Or b4, b5, I don't know which one. I'm also getting down the clock. I will also need to castle sooner or later. Let's go b3 to nullify this knight for a start. Might go king d2 also. I don't know which one is better. Goes to f5. Yeah, if I castle, there might be some h5, h4s. Let's go here. My king is probably safer on b2, as weird as it seems. Let's go here, protect e3 so that there are no sacrifices. This could be a possible plan. T4. Knight c4 I can take, I think, twice. It's not a problem. Okay, now it's going to be a wild time scramble again. What can I do? Let's go here. Maybe I could have taken c6 immediately, but I'm gonna do it next move. I'm just trying to keep it simple at this point, because 2 pawns should be completely winning in any endgame, even the rook endgame. And this was not necessary. Could have gone rook d6 too. But let's go b5 anyway. Now I can do this and start collecting the remaining pawns, or enter a pawn endgame. Both is winning. Yeah. He survived way longer than I thought he would with that weak king, but we got the job done in the end. Maybe I could have taken c6 immediately. Immediately here. No, I could not have. I'm hallucinating, sorry about that. Because I originally thought this is a nice tactic, but now I realize it's just leaving a knight undefended. Yeah, I think this was a better game, but I don't know for sure. Who knows what the engine's gonna say. Okay, 4 out of 5. That sounds better than 0 out of 1. In the end, I didn't do it in the most precise way when he had that knight on a8. But I think this was good enough with 2 pawns up to just enter an endgame, which is completely winning. And also with 0 counterplay for my opponent. Easy? None of the games are easy here, I think. Except when they mouse slip early on, then you can call it easy. I've had 2 or 3 where they mouse slipped a piece in the opening or something. Yeah, now I will probably play against a high-rated opponent. Maybe some super GM incoming. And then we see what happens. I got Pepe Cuenca, but he is lower rated than me. Okay, Pepe. He is known as a streaming personality in Spanish. He used to be at chess24 at least. Okay, how to sharpen things up against this knight c3 stuff? Let's play this one with c6 and d6. Okay, queen d2. Let's play queen a5. I'm just trying to get out of theory as soon as possible. Out of the known theory and everything. Trying to play head versus head. I mean, b5 is attractive because it stops castling. I don't know how good it is, but let's play it anyway. It allows some e5s and so on. I delayed bishop g7 for a time because had I gone bishop g7 earlier, he would be able to do this and I would lose a tempo. If he goes bishop h6 now, then I'm a tempo up compared to that position. That's like some point behind all of that. And if e5, I'm not sure if I should go b4, knight d5. e5, b4, ef6, take here, takes or something. Take, I take here. I don't know what the position is like. a4 doesn't really make a threat. That's good. Because ab5, the rook on a1 is hanging. So I should probably just make a very simple developing move. And then I have e5. Then I have e5 at hand if I need it. And also after b4 and during knight a2 I will have rook b8 and then I'll be able to protect stuff. Okay, so now when he goes bishop b3, I think I should develop my own bishop too, because if he goes here now, well then I can take go b5 and b4 and b3 maybe, or something similar. At least he lost to tempo in the process. If e5, I think I still have b4. So he goes knight h3. Let's go e5 now, I think. With a very simple point of stopping knight f4. Maybe his intention was to go to f2 anyway. Okay. I'll sooner or later have to go b4 because the rook will be protected. So let's do it now, and then I will probably take on d4. Bishop d4. I'm not 100% sure if I want to take immediately though. Like, these moves are also interesting sometimes to open everything up. Okay, I don't know if it's good. I honestly have no clue if it's good or not to play d5, but I have to win every single game. We already know that. The goal is to win every single game after round 1. No matter if it's good or bad. It might actually be quite good, because if he takes like this, bishop h3 is also going to cause problems, and if he takes this one, he's attracting my knight closer to his pieces, and otherwise this one is hanging. So he can play something like knight f2 or this knight f2, I suppose. But then there are also these ideas, or I can even take on e4 and just play a better position. Okay, let's take on e4. Why not? And now take here. I'll go rook e8, maybe try to take the pawn, maybe not, I don't know if, but it's definitely a useful move. Bishop a6 might be useful too, because this bishop is my worst piece, and maybe I need to trade it up, but this will be hanging if I do it. This doesn't feel right, but I don't see a refutation of it. Knight c5, there's knight c4. Knight d4 seems too dangerous. Okay, let's go here then. If he takes and takes b4, I mean, if I get rid of this bishop, then it's not so bad. So he does what's expected. Now I'll go bishop e6 with a tempo, and I will try to get both rooks to the e-file as quickly as possible. Let's go knight d5 now. And I don't see it because... okay, this is the point. I was supposed to see this, didn't. still, how bad can it be? Maybe quite bad after queen h4, h5, but I don't see a continuation, because this is protected, and this is protected from the knight. And I can also get in my pieces with queen c5 and so on. Let's go here so that he doesn't have knight e4 in any near future. Now let's go here. Now there's no this move. Could have taken too, maybe, but I don't know why I went there. That was a stupid decision. Okay, now it should be winning. Okay. Wait, did I play that with without emotes only? Maybe I did. That was a blunder on my part. Yeah. Okay, doesn't matter. The chat anyway didn't say anything. I generally forgot to play. I generally forgot to put it on emotes only. Yeah, I don't think the game was bad, but who knows what the engine's gonna say. After d5, it felt like started taking over, but I gave him some chances there too. I don't know, just. But yeah, the time was also on my side throughout the game. Yeah, total control, nice to win, as you say. I only blundered the emotes only this game. Yeah, that's true. But I think that's the first time I blundered the emotes only. I think that's the first time. Okay, 5 out of 6. Halfway there. Only 5 more. Only 5 more remain. I don't know the standings or which place I'm on currently, but I just want to keep this focus mode on. It's better that I don't think about anything else. After 5 out of 6, did I get all my rating back? Maybe I did. After losing round 1. Maybe I did get some of the rating back. Yeah, clapping, right. I'll probably have the worst tiebreak ever because of the round 1. That's why it's a necessity to win all the games. And usually on this early title Tuesday, there is always 800 plus players. Just the events have become so popular. Come on, give me a new game. Hello, King's Shield. Maybe I should join Title Tuesday from round 2. Yeah, the chat has already said that. They said and also that Magnus does it sometimes and that he is smart. Maybe I should consider it. Just join from round 2, save rating, and. But on the rare occasions, I do win round 1. For example, like 3 or 4 times when I played Hebeshchikova in round 1, I won all the games. Magnus is playing the Swiss Gambit, and I'm playing the emotes only Gambit. Hopefully I will not be forgetting emotes only anytime soon. in the final position also there is this as a threat. Not that it's needed, but just a nice tactic to point out. Yeah, it's so hard. I don't know if it's easier to win in round 1 of Title Tuesday or on board 1 of the German Bundesliga. I don't know which one is harder. Lovely. Okay, let's go emotes only. And go d4. They wanna play the Dutch. Okay, I'll play this Dutch. It's the one which is definitely not the best reply to all of this, but it's also the one in which I have the most experience in the structure. Wait, if they go for early 97, how am I supposed to play this one? Usually they play the castle and go king b8 first. Pretty sure my opponent knows what they're doing. Okay, let's try for b3, knight c8, knight a4. I'm not sure if I want to play knight f4, that would run into g5s. Sometimes you want to do that, sometimes you don't. Okay, let's go here, because in general I want to play c4. So if I have the chance for that, I should probably do it. As I haven't played queen d2 either, or queen f3. So the knight on a4 is defended from the queen on a1. And then if I'm able to put the knight back on c3, then I have achieved what I wanted. Bishop h6 feels strange. Now I will castle. Take castle as well. Like, there are two possible plans. The first one is to try to play with c5 and f4 to close down everything. The other one is this one with knight c3. I honestly don't know which one is best. Okay, I'm kind of tempted to go for the c5 and f4 line. I won some nice games in that. That was a while ago when I was still a decent player. Usually the strategy is then to close, go king h1, and then if this, just to wait with queen d2 and claim that these bishops are in a close position, don't have anything against the knights. And yeah, you just want to play on the queen side with knight c3, a4, a5, and just expand on this side of the board. Let's see what they're going to do against that. Bishop c5. They want h5 probably, so I think it's time for f4 now. I wanted to do it anyway. My other knight's probably gonna go to b3. And now if you look at this position, I remember Nakamura once playing gaming this against Iturizaga over the board, where he was black and he got completely outplayed, even though I don't think he lost the game. Yeah, now after g5, I mean, this is not a threat or anything similar. I think I can go queen a4, then there's c6. Huh. Maybe a4, a5 is best anyway. Let's try that. I also need to keep an eye out on the clock. Actually, should I solidify? He'll go bishop f7 sooner or later. No, I don't think this. I need the rook g1. There will be no threats for an eternity. And now I think queen a4 is a viable option. He has to either trade or doesn't want to trade, that's for sure. Yeah, these minor pieces are just extremely badly placed in this structure. That's why I like it so much. Yeah, it's logical they don't want to trade the queens here. I will repeat once, but not anymore. Maybe I'll go bishop b5 after queen d7, because then I'm provoking c6. Bishop back, bc5. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't want to draw. I have to win all the games. That's clear. Maybe it's best to take, actually. Okay. Queens I want away from the board, that's for sure. No. Which rook am I supposed to put? Rook b1. I mean, it should be fine. I think I'm holding everything after takes, and king f2 with this knight defending both of the crucial squares. But now we're gonna go to a time travel scramble where everything is possible. Position feels objectively strategically winning for me, but yeah, who knows what's gonna happen. King f2 is probably needed after rook e8 to not allow rook e3. They might contemplate the sacrifices. Some knight d4s could be a threat. Okay, let's go knight a4, just make sure it doesn't happen. What to take with now? I don't know if it's right, but I'll take with the knight. And of course I blundered stuff. Lovely. Maybe I did trick him here. Yeah, that was better. That was better. Even though I blundered it at the end, still outplayed my opponent. Hello, Shelling. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that was better actually. That was better. Against this particular opponent, I've usually had good positions, especially out of the openings, but then I would lose them sooner or later. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Tingo Sorakaya. Piluta says that should help the tie breaks. Yeah, it should. It's a long road. So it was 0 out of 1, now it's 6 out of 7. That's surely improvement. But we have 4 more. 4 more to go. Yeah, I think it was strategically a very instructive game up until a point. Because all of his pieces were extremely misplaced in the structure. Maybe I was supposed to play more solid with king f2 and g3 way earlier. But yeah, even here it's highly unlikely I was worse at any point. I also kept okay on the clock. The games today were not that bad, except round 1. I mean, even round 1 wasn't that bad. It was just the opponent was just too strong. Okay, let's prepare for the upcoming Super GM battles. I've had my fair share of Super GM battles, so it won't be that different. How's the mood in the chat? We crossed 2900 again. Yay. Mood is good. All good, enjoying the chess. Yeah. What to do? 4 more rounds. Yeah, the streak is nice. I mean, the games against GMs, we know they're relatively easy compared to the games against non-GMs, let's say. That's just how it has been for the past 2 months. And it's not even ironic anymore. At the start, it used to be sarcasm, but now it's not anymore. How could the mood be not good when watching you play Title Tuesday? Well, I haven't raged. That's, I don't know. Usually everyone's here for the rage. And it didn't happen today. At least not yet. I need to wait for another Sarana game where I lose with a knight up. Sasha! Always happy to play against Sasha, even though I usually lose. Yeah, I mean, usually in full Richmond. I'm always happy to play Sasha. It's one of the players who I think has one of the best strategical understandings of the game. Should g5. Okay, let's transpose, or at least try to transpose to some normal Ragozins. I'm a bit thinking about which line to choose from. Wait, bishop h4? Maybe I'm mixing the lines. I mean, I'm not an expert in the Ragozin, but he tricked me with the move order. Let's say tricked. It's not the right word to. Can I go g5 and knight e4 now? Or g5 and queen a5 maybe? I don't know, but I'm quite tempted to do it. So it might still be a theory which is known to him. I wouldn't be surprised. But I did see knight d7 here, and yeah, I don't know what his theory is. Usually when the knight is still on g1, this is less dangerous than when the knight is on f3, because the knight can come to e2. But still. Let's go knight e4. I'm expecting knight g2 and then maybe knight c6. Just keep the king going. Because after a3, I don't have to react, because this is still pinned. And though I might react. Maybe I was supposed to go knight d7 too. I'll try to something extremely risky. And let's see how it will deal. I'll try to take knight takes and go d4. After takes, take with the knight, and then hope for the best. Can't say that I'm that thrilled about it. Especially because I'm allowing, among other things, bishop e5 in the future. Okay, I had to try to search for a counterplay somehow. Before he castles, because if he castles, then he'll just have a very good position. So takes queen d3 is actually quite likely. And then what? Knight f5 or knight b3 is probably no good. Knight f5. Maybe knight f5, yeah. And then try to castle and go rook d8. And if he goes rook d1, maybe bishop. No, bishop c3, he'll have queen c3 and bishop c5. Yeah, that's what he should probably play. Just taking go queen d3. Yeah, unsurprisingly, if he finds that. There are all kinds of crazy ideas here with bishop f5, queen d4, rook d8, bishop d6 or something, no harm done. Maybe I'm just supposed to play it simple with knight b3, rook d1, and then knight c5, followed by takes on c3, but my dark squares are so weak in that position. I just don't really believe in it, honestly. My dark squares are so weak in any position, though. If I go here, he even has rook c1. It's even worse. Maybe I have to go here, no matter that I hate it. As usual, Sasha is outplaying me. That's how it should be, I suppose. And that still doesn't mean I'm gonna lose the game. But it means I have problems, that's for sure. Really, no. I haven't considered at all. It's probably even stronger than what I did consider. Okay, no time to think. I'll have to try for... No, that was just stupid, actually, because he has bishop d6, which I didn't see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he saw all of that before playing it. Now I have to try to take go b6 and hope for the best, but objectively I'm dead lost. Not happy about that. But what can you do? If he comes into time trouble, then in the time scramble everything's possible. That's the only certainty. Even though he has the two, this I didn't see at all. Wait. Oh, this was extremely good by him. Well done. Well done. This is a learning experience for sure, both for you and for me. Okay, I should definitely recheck the theory because I don't really know the line, but me not being a Ragozin expert, it's normal. I was supposed to sharpen things up with some Benoni or something. But yeah, there goes the titled Tuesday dream. I have to lose to someone. If I have to lose to someone, then it's best to lose against some super gem. Yeah, tough one. Kind of curious what have I done wrong. It's highly unlikely I had any chances there. What's the line here? Is it knight d7? Don't really know, but g5 is too ambitious. Like, I knew that I have to win all the games, and that I should risk everything. But yeah, I probably risked way too much. And this was a before I didn't even consider. This was rook d1, which is also very, very good for white. But a before is even stronger. here, okay, even if I don't play bishop d7 and blunder this bishop d6 though, it's still a very hard position. Here he played really well, like king e2 and just queen a1. Pieces are uncoordinated and out of play. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sasha is very good. No, we're not gonna pretend it's otherwise. Yeah, this one, I'm pretty sure I played relatively well. I didn't see 97, like, that's a move which is unfamiliar to me. Usually they go long castles, king b8, knight 97, knight c8, knight d6. Which I also played with black. Yeah, this knight a4, c4 idea is in the system. So yeah, with c5 it was better than with... Okay, knight a c3, as I said, it's also a good plan. 4. And just play on the king's side. I'm sorry, on the queen's side. Yeah, GFEF, and it was actually well played up to a point. Here I should just solidify with king f2 and g3 first, and zero counterplay exists. And here I just blundered bishop d6, and yeah, after knight f4, here with king f2 I defended bishop b3, and I was hoping that he would take on h2. But had he played rook e8, then it would be harder to parry bishop b3. So I did give him a chance in the time scramble, which was unneeded. Pepe. Yeah, Sasha is insanely good, but it didn't help that I played an opening which I was not familiar with. Supposed to play something else. Maybe a Benoni or something. Let's see if there were some... B4? Really? B4 I haven't considered at all, and the engine gives it very big advantage. Just b4 all the time. Actually a good motive to remember. I have never seen that motive, probably due to the fact I never played these positions. Yeah, and here after b4 and d5 I felt like I'm extremely happy. Rook e8 was maybe not best. Yeah, I don't know. After 93 it felt like I let it slip. c5, bishop b3, bishop b7, probably something like that. But I didn't want to play c5 so that my queen controls the fifth rank. I don't know. I'm supposed to go to d7. Here knight d3. Yeah, that makes sense because the c5 square is very weak and d5 pawn is defended. I wouldn't have that much time there. I had to play by ear. Yeah, probably the rest of the game. It wasn't smooth or clean, but it was decent enough. This queen g1 I actually saw a couple of moments later that I've had it, but yeah, then I went knight d3 back. Didn't mention it in the game, but that one I did see. And what was the other game? This one. This was the knight c6 stuff, yeah. Maybe it was better for him, the whole position and the plan, the setup was maybe better for him than I imagined. Maybe, yeah, maybe castles first and just play it more positional, and they wanted to play it more tactically with opening the H file and not castling at all. Just felt like it's better before. Yeah, maybe some move like that. Bishop f5 was maybe not best. Long castles is surprisingly okay. Can't believe that. Just extremely surprised when he did that move. Just so hard to play for him. But then again, he has no real weaknesses. So it's kind of understandable. Knight a6? Knight a6 b and then knight b4 probably. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. But okay, I didn't have too much time, so knight before immediately made a lot of sense, even though it gave him counter chances. So queen d8, I'm apparently not better at all. Yeah, and this was fine. The rest of the game was fine. Yeah, yeah. It's always like that. One wrong move and everything's gone. One bad game, the game against Sasha, and everything collapses. Not counting the round one game because that's like where I had no chances at all. You can lose one game, then you cannot lose any other game in the title Tuesday. Raska, play like Magnus. Right. I didn't play that badly this title Tuesday actually, but yeah, it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. I hope at least that I'll get some more games against Super GMs because they're at least enjoyable. No matter that I got crushed here, it was enjoyable to me at least. I don't know if it was enjoyable to the chat. The round one game was not enjoyable, that's for sure. What's his rating here? 3056. My score against him is not great either. And the games have been enjoyable for sure. But there goes the dream of 10 out of 10. It started well with 6 out of 6, and then yeah, can't win them all. But still, let's try to win the last three. Let's try to win the last three, and there we have. Then we have the late title Tuesday, and before I go the next weekend to play more over the board chess. Yeah, the biggest regret I have from this game is the opening choice. I was not supposed to play the Ragozin. I don't know it well enough with black. That was the biggest mistake. Where am I playing next week at Over the Board in Hungary? On the Hungarian league. Yeah, well, let's try to go for 9 out of 11. I will not get a prize with 9 in the horrible tiebreak, but I would at least feel a bit better. Now the games are still gonna be very tough. Maybe even get a high rated opponent now. Because I've beaten a 3000 rated opponent a game before, and then I lost to 3050. Anyway, we'll see. Considering I have focus mode, I can't really calculate pairings, but I don't even want to. No, I got an IM, so pretty sure I got a low rated opponent. Also, I think I've recently had an insane amount of black games against Super GMs. Feels like I've been getting way more blacks than whites against Super GMs. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. Still, normal. 10-0 whites and 10-0 black. Yeah, this line, bishop d3. I think you allow a check if I remember correctly. Not wasting a move on on a3. These stuff, it's highly unlikely they can work here. Maybe it's smart to consider them. This, I mean, queen f3, queen d3, queen a8 seems okay, even though I can't castle. This one I haven't considered. Is this some weird prep which he knows? Looks dumb, actually. First of all, because of c6 and bishop h7, queen c2, and queen c6. Though he'll have bishop b4 check after all of that. What if I start with queen c2? So knight c5, bishop h7, king h8. Maybe then my bishop is stuck there, so I don't really like it either. It could be some weird prep, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't see a better option than this. Because, like, if he goes here, I think I have c7. And then the pawn stays alive. So probably bishop c6, bishop h7, king h7, queen c2, king g8, queen c6, then bishop b4 check. Okay, wait, am I blundering something stupid? c7, bishop f3 I can take. No, it just blitzes out queen c8. Weird stuff, to me at least. What's his next move even? Queen b7 maybe? Okay, I'll play rook c1 and b4 and castles. Those are my moves, that's the only certain thing. Rook c1 I will play first because I want this pawn to be more protected. This I'm very surprised that he took immediately. I understand that he wants to keep an eye on f3, but just can't believe that this is good. If he manages to go f6, e5, then it might be good. So let's try to find a way to not allow that. If I go knight e5, probably helps him. Okay, let's castle. I know that I'm giving up a pawn, but before I get into a horrible time trouble and lose the game because of it, I need to act. And if he takes a pawn, then I'll probably have queen d7, and I don't see a perpetual with bishop g3 being an option. Rook d8 or maybe rook c2 or 3. No, rook c2, there's bishop b4. I meant rook d1, not rook d8. Okay, let's go here. Can still take, I didn't really care. As long as the c7 pawn remains alive. And now it's going to be a bit harder to play f6, e5, I feel like. Faster. Am I thinking for so long? Threatening bishop c3 and d5. Let's go here first then. Maybe I should play knight e1 to prevent all of his ideas for now, but he will take on b2. I'm not sure if I want to allow him to do that. After rook e8, maybe I'll just go b3 anyway. It's probably wiser. Can still take if he wants. Maybe I allowed some bishop b2 nonsense. I don't see a good square for my rook. due to bishop e4. Now it's going to be a wild scramble. I'll have to think a bit. I'll have to play a bit faster, not think I'll have to play. I'll try to get rid of this bishop. I went here. Checkmate red. No, and to go to d7, of course, but it was a mouse slip. Should still be completely winning, but it was not necessary to give up so much counterplay. Especially when I get rid of the rook, it should be easier. It was a bit sloppy in the end, but I think it was good enough. Hello, Flight to Sky Gaming 1. Welcome to the stream. Emotes only is a necessity with Title Tuesday. And that's why I had it on. Okay, 7 out of 9. I don't know. The game was I was probably not worse at any point. Maybe he had that bishop b2, like, at that moment. Because I didn't see a square for my rook. I go here, there's bishop b4. So probably I would have played rook c4, take, and just play for this pawn. The whole strategy of allowing a passed pawn on c7 felt wrong, but maybe it's some theory. Yeah, CM technique. Almost as good as Candidate Masters. Crazy tactics all over the place in the end. I mean, it wasn't that crazy. I don't think so, at least. He was winning all the time. Yeah. Okay, but now I definitely get Super GM, I think. That's what we're here for. You felt stressed watching this? Why? I don't feel it was that... I don't think it was that much on the edge. It felt good. Even had he taken the exchange, I think my position was still quite good. Okay, we go emotes only, and we get a game against Matthias. Probably the opponent I'm playing most often in Title Tuesdays. Like, I've had so many games against him in these Title Tuesdays that it's just weird. Okay, bishop b2. I'll play the King's Indian against him, though I'm very unsure whether it's a good choice or not. Because he always knows tons of theory. But what can you do? h3. I don't know if that one is still theory. But okay, let's play something. Knight h5. The other option was to put it on h7. Queen d2. I don't feel like I have that much of a choice. The German players usually enjoy playing the structure after it takes. At least that's how Domchenko played against me. Bluebaum might be doing the same thing in a couple of moves. Why do I feel like knight h5 was such a wrong move to play? Probably because it was. Okay, let's go b6, bishop b7. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense too. If he takes and plays queen d6, then my the knight f4 idea will become a bit stronger. And though I'm not sure how to parry queen d6 because this is hanging, and I can't go bishop d7, bishop b7 because my knight on d7 is unprotected. Okay, I have to play something. Let's go queen f6 to protect the pawn, and also trying to, first of all, make knight f4 stronger, and secondly, if he takes, I can take with... Actually, I don't know what to take with, but probably I should take with this knight, no matter the f4 square, because now I get bishop b7 and I can hold on for a bit longer. This could be a problem. Can't go rook d8 because of knight e5. If I go knight c5, he will take with the bishop and take on e5. Still, that's the best thing I can do. If he takes here, I can take e4 too. Now maybe I can go knight d8. At least that's what's... Or knight e4. Wait. Knight e4 takes bishop e5. Get some counterplay. Knight e8. Problem with knight e8 is that he has rook d7, and if I go bishop c8, he'll have rook f7. Okay, don't see a better reply than this. Now probably bishop c8, but rook b8 is also an option. So maybe playing a bit too quickly. Because after I take b2, how bad is this actually? I have the two bishops. Could have gone here too, also not to allow knight c5, but I think that after bishop a3, he has to go rook e5, and somehow it doesn't feel all that dangerous, but maybe I'm wrong. And yeah, he doesn't have that many entry squares, and now when this is defended, okay, can I go here, bishop g4? Then I have this one, I think. Or I can take and go... No, I don't really want to take. It's probably possible too. I can go to c7 though. Then I can maybe... Go bishop e5, he'll take... Still feels like the best option. Because had I taken g4, I don't know what to... Okay. Well, I'll analyze later. I'm in a big time disadvantage. Okay, he takes this one, probably unwilling to go to opposite color than bishop endgame. Can I go here? No, that would leave my pieces in not great squares. Let's go here then. Didn't play this well. Just played it badly. I'll drop a pawn or two, and then gonna have to be defending. Maybe he takes a7 and allows rook b1. One can only dream. But yeah, of course it's not gonna happen, and now we have the hard task of defending this position, which is probably lost. Is it lost here? I mean, considering f2 is so... I'm not sure this one's lost, by the way, because f2 is under attack, and I'm not sure how he parries it. And c5 is well protected. I might hold this. No. Okay. No matter the time situation. Okay, let's go here so they have bishop b1 after king d3. Okay, let's go here now. Maybe that was wrong to allow. Now I can maybe take and go f4, go f4 immediately. I was worried about this. Still, I do have a nice blockade still. Why did I allow this? It's so unneeded. It's so hard to defend with little time on the clock. Yeah, this one is lost, I think. He's even mocking me with bishop g4. Maybe it was holdable at some point, but I was suffering for the whole game, so it's safe to say he deserved to win it. Anyway, had they won the games, they wouldn't have chances for a prize anyway. Wonder what I've done wrong there. It's always annoying that he's playing so quickly. And knight h5 was a bad move. If I want to play something, I should play knight h7. But it felt like I was back in the game after that, somewhere around here. Yeah, and black is better according to the engine. But yeah, king g8 probably first. Can still take on c8, go rook b7, still suffering probably. Bishop g4. Yeah, this one I didn't like take and go king g8 because he would take this one and also c5 will be hanging. So I went into the opposite colored bishops. Rook f8. Wow, I actually had a big chance there. Not seeing tactics because the checkmate on e1 is a threat. And yeah, after that it's long suffering. Here it's probably holdable with the right play and the right time, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's not holdable. Probably I'm supposed to go somewhere here. There, I'm not sure. King b6. And when he waits, yeah, probably I can just hold it relatively easily. But whatever. Nicht den Leonerkern, Matthias. Yeah. I mean, I did beat him in that the last time we played, where I was white. In that position where I was objectively lost, so I guess. But okay, I mean, he was better. Hello, Dan the Man Crow. Losing to Matthias happened, so even the best you include. Okay, let's not. No, but it's fine. It's not that I'm upset or anything about the game. It's stupid that I had this rook e8 chance that I didn't see a tactical opportunity. But in general, he was. I didn't play enough Good opening. Last time I won, this time he won. And yeah. Anyway, had I won the last 2 games, it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter due to the. It wouldn't even matter due to the fact that because of losing round 1, I had such a bad tie break and no chances for a prize. So. Yeah. I'll play the stall line, which I sometimes use Untitled Tuesdays with e5 and knight e5. Yeah. But I mean, against all of these super GMs, you have chances. Okay, maybe against Grischuk I didn't have chances. That's fair. Against vast majority of them I do. It's different. It's different with round 1 players. There I have no chances. Very often I don't even get a single chance in the game. Now there are several moves. There's bishop g2, there is rook a8, there's even rook d8, I think. The opponent doesn't seem to be that familiar with the line. That I'm happy to see, of course. Because I like when they're down on the clock. Very rarely it happens. Okay, rook g1. Let's see. Where does my opponent go? He goes back to c6. And now, if I remember correctly, which I usually don't, supposed to take and go knight e4, even though it looks illogical. Because after bishop h6, knight e8, it's not that good. I think I'm supposed to play like this. And then they go king h8, we trade off everything, and they play this rook endgame, being a pawn down, but with enormous activity. I once played a training rapid game in this stuff. So I hope that I remember it correctly. They take with the pawn, I think then there are big problems. So I'm pretty sure this position is more or less forced. Yeah, now, even though being a pawn down, okay, now I'm not a pawn down anymore. I don't know why my opponent would allow this. Let's start pushing them pawns down the board. And though I could have included rook c7 maybe to keep an eye on that pawn. e5 takes a6, rook here. Rook b7, rook a5. No, it doesn't seem to be that good. I don't really want to passively defend it. Maybe I should, because the rook still cuts off his king, and I can probably start improving my own pieces. When I say pieces, I mean mostly pawns. And this rook does prevent his pawn expansion, at least for now. Not necessary. It's not necessarily that it will stay like that in the future. I want to push the pawns and create two passers supported with the king. That's very, very logical. It doesn't get more logical than that. I also have a huge time advantage in this game. Okay, I'll go c3, of course, solidify and protect everything. Then maybe a5 or first king c2, king b3. I'll see about that. Yeah, my opponent wants to go h3. So if I go king up, then he will go h3. And I'll go a5. If he goes h3, then I will take this pawn. I can go h3 myself, but then there's this with a double attack. Now I just want to either push immediately or go rook c7, then start pushing. But let's push immediately. I also feel like keeping an edge on the clock, though this could be a problem. Didn't play this all too well, it seems. How do I do this? The king stayed cut off, and that's something I was definitely not supposed to allow. King b1, there is rook d8. I don't like rook d3. Okay, let's play it anyway. Now his past ones are getting quite dangerous. Too. Mine are faster for now, but his aren't to be taken lightly either. Okay, here I guess I should go here. Can go a7 too. Let's go a7. Seems stronger. Now push the pawns down the board. b6 and rook b8. Now it's probably over. Because he doesn't really have a way of stopping my pawns. I let it get sloppy. I was not supposed to allow quite a lot of things there. Supposed to go king up before going with the b pawn, but yeah. We got the win, finished the event. Finished the event on 8 out of 11, probably on somewhere around 70th place or so, due to the worst tiebreak. I could wait to see the final standings. But I'm curious about the game first, because I know that I remember the line accurately, that you're supposed to play with this pawn down endgame. But somehow I still felt like I gave him a necessary chance. Though the engine likes my play. H3, but giving up the H pawn seems so unnatural. But yeah, rook d3. Maybe it was all fine, but I let it slip on so many occasions. I allowed it to become extremely messy. So probably the right technique was not a4, but maybe rook d1? No, but it also gives off counterplay. Here maybe I was supposed to just make a different move. Maybe just rook c7, try to take a pawn. And then just maybe slowly improve. I don't know. Needs to be analyzed in more detail. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. So rook d3, go king b1, then he goes here. He wants to checkmate me. And what do I do now? I wasn't sure, so that's why I didn't do it. Yeah, anyway, I'm not that unhappy with the play or anything, but yeah, could have gone better. Okay, now the camera is covering the standings. But yeah, first place, wonderful time, 10.5 out of 11. So with 10 out of 10, I would not be first. Jeffrey Zhang, 9.5. Jospen, 9.5. Hans Niemann, 9 out of 11. Then comes Aram Hakobian, and then Nakamura with 9 out of 11. It could have been worse after that start. Yeah, it could have. I'm on 31st place. Yeah, I mean, it would probably be somewhere around 10th place with 9 out of 11. Still, what can you do? Yeah. I'll just wait for the tournament to end to get the final score, and then we're gonna rate somebody. I will also start searching for who to rate. And I hope to see you later for the late title Tuesday. You can stay for the raid if you'd like. Yeah, I appreciate that. I hope the show was fun. I don't know how instructive it was, probably it was decent. For the first place for me, not that great. But after 0 out of 1, at least I managed to get games against some very strong grandmasters. Cheers, guys, and have a great rest of your day. See you in a while. Actually, quite quickly. Bye bye.